To me, Joel Embiid is a dark horse because I think Sixers are going to be excellent. Kevin Durant, obviously.
Yep.
And Luka. Who's the second best team in the West this year?
Well, that was my next question, because to me, I look at Dallas. And that's the team where I feel like the Josh Richardson addition that they had on draft night got overlooked just because it happened during the NBA draft. But what he adds to that team is a big, versatile defender, in addition to everything else they've done that we've talked about in recent weeks. You need Kristaps Porzingis to stay healthy. If he's healthy at the right time in the playoffs, that to me is the second best team in the Western Conference. Better than Denver. Denver's taking a step back, by the way. Jeremy Grant gone. Will Barton not happy being a sixth man. They're taking a step back. Clippers taking a step back. Dallas is going to move up.
I think it's still the Clippers, but the gap is bigger. That's what I'd say.
So I don't think it's I think it's those two teams. KOC said I agree with Kevin there.
Not without Porzingis. You keep saying if they have Porzingis.
Luka is going to be the league MVP.
Is that who you place your bet on for league MVP?
He's the favorite. He's the favorite.
By the way, listen, for some reason, the NBA doesn't let me vote on anything. Okay. That's which is one of the reasons I think I'm so angry at people like KOC not giving me credit for the Clippers thing, because maybe, I know Adam Silver listens to the Mismatch and he might be like, oh, Nick Wright, that seems like a smart guy. Maybe I should give him a league vote, since, a dude that voted, I think Trae Young, second team all defense has a vote. So maybe your old buddy Nick Wright should have a vote. But the benefit to me not having a vote, it wasn't Trae Young, but there were some terrible all defense.
There was like an Andre Drummond. Yeah. There's a lot of them, yeah.
But
somebody voted Zion for Rookie of the Year because he was on TV.
Oh boy, here we go. Here we go with the Memphis, the Memphis homerism. The benefit of not having a vote is I can gamble on it. And so when it comes to, and then I want to talk about Denver for a second, but when it comes to MVP, the league, LeBron's not going to win it. I don't know if he's going to play enough, and they're done letting LeBron win MVPs. He'll win finals MVPs instead. Anthony, it's very hard for me to see until LeBron is in like year 20 Kareem stage of his career, that one of LeBron's teammates is ever going to have a chance to win MVP. Like, look at the highest D Wade or Kyrie or Anthony Davis this past year. Like, it's just hard for voters to be like, I'm going to vote for league MVP, a guy who I believe in my heart isn't the most important player on his team. So that's two of your best four players in the league.
Hold on, let me time out. Yeah. I think you're going to be surprised at how many votes LeBron gets because he bitched about it last year. And he might be rightfully so.
Before, but, though, too.
No, but he put everybody on notice last year. And so now when it comes time, a lot of these media guys are going to vote him because they're like, you know what? He's right. He is the best guy in the league.
I also don't think, listen, man, he didn't come close to winning it the year after they came back from 3-1 down and Steph was the unanimous MVP. And that would have been the same logic then. Like, geez, you know what I mean? We screwed up again. Yeah. And I think LeBron is going to play a fewer percentage of his team's games this year than any year since his first year in Cleveland.
I feel like they're going to do the whole. We went through this during the Jordan years, right? Where it's like, okay, they give it to Malone, and then Jordan beats his ass in the playoffs, and then they come back and they go, oh, okay, we should have given it to Michael Jordan. Well, and then they did it with Barkley. We gave Barkley the MVP, and then Jordan whoops his ass, and then they say, oh. And so this year, I think we're going to get a recoil on people say, I don't want to be watching LeBron James hoisting up a trophy, and I'm the guy that didn't vote him. You know?
I think LeBron's going to get more votes than he has in a normal year, but I still don't foresee. I think if you are somebody who's placing a bet on MVP votes or Rookie of the Year or whatever else it is, I think, I can't because I vote. But I think if you are going to do that, you do have to take in consideration media voting history and media voting logic. And typically, LeBron has not been rewarded. It's often the new story. It's the newer player. And that's where Luka, to me, a guy who just finished fourth, right behind James Harden and LeBron and Giannis, they're not going to give it to Giannis 3 years in a row.
Well, that's the other thing. Giannis is out. Giannis could average 40, 15, and 8. And folks could tell me that his first 36 are better than Wilt Chamberlain, and he's having the greatest season ever. And if I don't look at the Bucks as the massive, overwhelming favorite, I don't understand the numbers, as people were trying to tell me last year. There's no chance he's winning it again. Nobody's won 3 in a row since Larry Bird, and Larry Bird, part of winning those 3 in a row was winning championships. Harden obviously has eliminated himself.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't think the Warriors are going to be good enough. Like, I would be very surprised if Steph. Okay, so now who do we got? We got, I think, a dark horse.
Luka, Tatum,
Kawhi if the Clippers are awesome, which they won't because the Paul George thing, splitting votes.
To me, Joel Embiid is a dark horse because I think Sixers are going to be excellent. Kevin Durant, obviously.
Yep.
And Luka. The problem for everyone, guess what? Like Luka versus LeBron. Luka's going to average better everything than LeBron in the regular season. Yeah, last year he averaged more points, more rebounds, and almost as many assists. Like, I think it's just, and he's not going to have Anthony Davis. So I think Luka's going to be the MVP.